Seniors, did you know that the bedtime snack you're eating tonight could be increasing your risk of a stroke while you sleep? I'm a brain doctor, and I'm begging you to listen closely, because what I'm about to share could save your life and help you wake up feeling stronger and healthier. Millions of people over 60 enjoy a late-night snack thinking it's a harmless habit to wind down. But here's the shocking truth. Some common bedtime snacks are packed with sugars, unhealthy fats, or sodium that can spike your blood pressure, clog your arteries, and raise your stroke risk overnight. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 bedtime snacks you must stop eating immediately to protect your heart and brain. And I'll share safer, delicious alternatives that will support your health. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to make heart-healthy choices and sleep with peace of mind. Let's dive in. Why is this so critical? As we age, our heart and blood vessels become more vulnerable. After 60, your arteries naturally stiffen and your body is less efficient at managing blood pressure and cholesterol. Stroke is a leading cause of disability and death in seniors, but up to 80% of strokes are preventable with the right lifestyle choices according to studies. Your bedtime snack matters because it's the last thing your body processes before sleep, a time when your heart and brain are at rest but still vulnerable to inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and blood clots. The wrong snack can put your heart under strain, increasing your stroke risk while you're unaware. Over my years studying how diet affects the brain and heart, I've been shocked to see how many seniors are unknowingly putting their health at risk with their evening nibbles. Let me share a story to make this real. I had a patient named Margaret, a vibrant 68-year-old who loved reading before bed with a small snack like a bowl of chips or a sweet treat. Margaret was active, walked daily with her friends, and thought her snack was harmless. But she started waking up feeling tired, and her doctor warned her about high blood pressure and a family history of stroke. When we looked at her bedtime routine, we found her snacks were spiking her blood sugar and stressing her heart overnight. I helped Margaret switch to a heart-friendly alternative, and within weeks, her energy returned, her blood pressure dropped, and she felt more rested. Margaret's story isn't unique. Thousands of seniors are making the same mistake without realizing it. So, what are these 5 bedtime snacks, and why are they so dangerous for your heart and brain? In this video, we'll go through each one, explain exactly how it increases your stroke risk overnight, and give you better options to keep your heart strong and your sleep restful. But before we start, I need you to promise me one thing. Stay until the end. The 5th snack is one of the most surprising and missing. It could put your health at risk. We'll also share 5 heart-healthy snacks that will help you sleep better and age stronger. Let's begin with the first 2 bedtime snacks you must avoid to protect your heart. Stay tuned for part 2 to find out what they are and how to replace them. Don't go anywhere. This could change your life. Seniors could. The potato chips and ice cream you're snacking on before bed be raising your stroke risk overnight. Welcome back to our mission to protect your heart and brain and help you sleep with peace of mind. I'm a brain doctor, and I'm begging you to pay close attention as we dive into the first 2 of 5 bedtime snacks you must stop eating to prevent stroke. In part 1, I shared the shocking truth about how some common bedtime snacks can spike your blood pressure and clog your arteries while you sleep. Today, we'll uncover the first two snacks, both incredibly common, and I'll give you simple, heart-healthy alternatives to keep your heart strong. Let's get started, because every bite you take before bed matters. The first bedtime snack to avoid is potato chips or any salty fried snacks like pretzels or cheese puffs. You might think a small handful is harmless, but here's the problem. Potato chips are loaded with sodium, often 150-200 milligrams per ounce, and unhealthy trans fats. For seniors over 60, high sodium causes your body to retain water, raising blood pressure and straining your heart, which increases stroke risk. Trans fats raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries and promote inflammation. Studies show that high-sodium, high-fat snacks can increase stroke risk by 15 to 20% in older adults, especially when eaten at night, when your body is less active. And the worst part, that late-night chip crunch could be quietly pushing your heart toward danger while you sleep. Let me share a story to make this real. I had a patient named Frank, a 70-year-old who loved munching on potato chips while watching TV before bed. Frank was active, played cards with friends, and thought his snack was a small indulgence. But he started waking up with headaches, and tests showed his blood pressure was dangerously high. We found his chips were spiking his sodium levels, stressing his heart overnight. I asked Frank to switch to a heart-friendly snack. Within a month, his blood pressure dropped and he felt more rested. Frank's story shows how sneaky, salty snacks can be and how one small change can protect your heart. So, what should you do instead? Swap potato chips for unsalted air-popped popcorn, which has only 1 milliliter of sodium per cup and 1 gram of fiber to support heart health. Popcorn is light and satisfying, perfect for evening munching. Another great option is a small handful of unsalted almonds, about 10-12 nuts with 0 sodium and heart-healthy fats that lower cholesterol. For example, an ounce of almonds provides 7 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber, unlike chips' artery-clogging fats. If you crave crunch, try sliced cucumber with a sprinkle of dill for a low-sodium hydrating snack. Now let's talk about the second snack, ice cream, especially full-fat or sugary varieties. Ice cream is a popular bedtime treat, but it's a heart health disaster packed with saturated fats, 7 grams per half cup, and sugars, 14 grams per half cup. For seniors, this combo spikes blood sugar and triglycerides, a type of fat linked to stroke, while saturated fats raise LDL cholesterol, clogging arteries. Late-night sugar spikes are especially harmful because your body processes food more slowly during sleep, increasing inflammation and heart strain. Studies show that high-sugar, high-fat snacks can boost stroke risk by 10 to 15% in older adults. That scoop of ice cream you enjoy could be harming your heart overnight. Let me tell you about Clara, a 67-year-old patient who loved a small bowl of vanilla ice cream before bed. Clara was active, taught yoga, and thought her treat was harmless, but she started feeling fatigued, and her doctor found high triglycerides and cholesterol. We discovered her ice cream was spiking her blood sugar and clogging her arteries. I asked Clara to switch to a heart-healthy alternative. Within weeks, her energy returned and her blood tests improved. Clara's story proves that even small bedtime snacks can cause big problems. What's the alternative? Try a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with a handful of fresh berries like blueberries for sweetness. Greek yogurt has 10 grams of protein per half cup, no added sugar, and probiotics that support heart health. Another option is a frozen banana slice, half a banana, dipped in dark chocolate, use 85% cocoa for low sugar and heart-protecting antioxidants. For example, a half cup of Greek yogurt with berries has only 5 grams of sugar and 2 grams of fat, unlike ice cream's heart-harming profile. Here's a practical tip. When choosing snacks, check labels for less than 100 milligrams of sodium and 5 grams of sugar per serving. Start by mixing half your usual chips or ice cream with a new option like popcorn or yogurt to ease the transition. These swaps can lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and protect your heart while you sleep. But we're not done. 2 more bedtime snacks could be raising your stroke risk, and they might surprise you. What are they? Stay tuned for Part 3 to uncover the next 2 snacks and their healthier swaps. Don't go anywhere. This could save your heart. Seniors, could the cookies and processed cheese you're snacking on before bed be increasing your stroke risk? Welcome back to our mission to protect your heart and brain and help you sleep with peace of mind. I'm a brain doctor, and I'm begging you to stay with me as we uncover the next 2 of 5 bedtime snacks you must stop eating to prevent stroke. In Part 2, we revealed how potato chips and ice cream, with their high sodium sugars and unhealthy fats, can spike blood pressure and clog arteries overnight. Today, we'll dive into 2 more snacks, both common bedtime choices, and share heart-healthy alternatives to keep your heart strong. Let's jump in, because every bite before bed matters. The third bedtime snack to avoid is cookies, especially store-bought or sugary varieties like chocolate chip or shortbread. Cookies seem like a harmless treat, but here's the shocking truth: they're packed with added sugars, often 10-15 grams per cookie, and unhealthy fats, including trans fats, in many processed brands. For seniors over 60, this is a big problem because sugar spikes your blood sugar and triglycerides, a type of fat linked to stroke, while trans fats raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind that clogs arteries. Eating cookies at night is especially harmful because your body processes food more slowly during sleep-amplifying inflammation and a heart strain. Studies show that high-sugar, high-fat snacks can increase stroke risk by 15% in older adults. And the worst part, that late-night cookie you enjoy could be quietly harming your heart while you sleep. Let me share a story to make this real. I had a patient named Edward, a 69-year-old who loved nibbling on a few cookies before bed while reading. Edward was active, played golf weekly, and thought his small treat was fine. But he started waking up with fatigue, and tests showed high triglycerides and cholesterol. We found his cookies were spiking his blood sugar and clogging his arteries. I asked Edward to switch to a heart-friendly snack. Within a month, his energy improved and his blood tests looked better. Edward's story shows how sneaky, sugary snacks can be and how one small change can protect your heart. So what should you do? Instead, swap cookies for a small handful of unsalted walnuts, about 10 nuts, with a piece of fresh fruit like a sliced apple. Walnuts have heart-healthy omega-3 fats and only 2 grams of sugar per ounce plus 2 grams of fiber to stabilize blood sugar. Another great option is a homemade oatmeal bite mix, oats, a touch of honey, and mashed banana then bake. One bite has 1 gram of sugar and 3 grams of fiber, unlike a cookie's heart-harming profile. If you crave sweetness, try a square of dark chocolate 85% cocoa with 2 grams of sugar and antioxidants that support heart health. Now let's talk about the fourth snack, processed cheese, like cheese slices, spreads, or cheese sticks often eaten with crackers before bed. Processed cheese is loaded with sodium, 200-300 milligrams per ounce, and saturated fats with 6 grams per ounce. For seniors, high sodium raises blood pressure by causing water retention, straining your heart, while saturated fats increase LDL cholesterol, clogging arteries. This combination heightens stroke risk, especially at night when your body is less active. Studies show that high-sodium, high-fat foods can increase heart disease risk by 10 to 15% in older adults. That cheesy bedtime snack could be putting your heart in danger overnight. Let me tell you about Susan, a 71-year-old patient who loved her bedtime crackers with processed cheese spread. Susan was active garden daily and thought her snack was harmless. But she started feeling chest tightness and her doctor found high blood pressure. We discovered her cheese was spiking her sodium and cholesterol levels. I asked Susan to switch to a low-sodium alternative. Within weeks, her blood pressure dropped and she felt more energetic. Susan's story proves that even small snacks can cause big problems. What's the alternative? Try a small slice of fresh mozzarella, about 1 ounce, with only 70 mg of sodium and 4 grams of fat, paired with a few cherry tomatoes for a heart-healthy snack. Another option is a tablespoon of hummus with cucumber slices with just 50 mg of sodium and 2 grams of fiber to support heart health. For example, hummus and veggies provide nutrients without the artery-clogging fats of processed cheese. If you love cheese, choose low-sodium versions and keep portions small. Here's a practical tip: check labels for snacks with less than 100 mg of sodium and 5 grams of sugar per serving. Start by mixing half your usual cookies or cheese with a new option, like walnuts or hummus, to ease the transition. These swaps can lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and protect your heart while you sleep. But we're not done. One more bedtime snack could be raising your stroke risk, and it's a surprising one. What is it? Stay tuned for Part 4 to uncover the final snack and its healthier swap. Don't go anywhere. This could save your heart. Seniors, could the sugary yogurt you're eating before bed be putting your heart at risk for a stroke? Welcome back to our mission to protect your heart and brain and ensure restful, healthy sleep. I'm a brain doctor, and I'm begging you to stay with me as we uncover the fifth and final bedtime snack you must stop eating to prevent stroke, along with additional habits to avoid that could harm your heart. In Part 3, we revealed how cookies and processed cheese with their sugar, sodium, and unhealthy fats can spike blood pressure and clog arteries overnight. Today, we'll dive into the last snack, one you might think is healthy, and share heart-healthy alternatives to keep your heart strong. Let's jump in, because every choice you make before bed matters. The fifth bedtime snack to avoid is sugary yogurt, especially flavored or sweetened varieties like fruit on the bottom or dessert-style yogurts. You might think yogurt is a healthy choice, but here's the shocking truth. Many flavored yogurts pack 15-20 grams of added sugar per 6-ounce serving, along with some saturated fats. For seniors over 60, this is a big problem because sugar spikes your blood sugar, and triglycerides, a type of fat linked to stroke, while even small amounts of saturated fat can raise LDL cholesterol, clogging arteries. Eating sugary yogurt at night is especially harmful because your body processes food more slowly during sleep, amplifying inflammation and heart strain. Studies show that high sugar snacks can increase stroke risk by 10–15% in older adults. And the worst part, that healthy yogurt you enjoy before bed could be quietly harming your heart while you sleep. Let me share a story to make this real. I had a patient named George, a 73-year-old, who loved a small cup of flavored yogurt as his bedtime snack while watching TV. George was active, played golf regularly, and thought his yogurt was a smart choice. But he started waking up with fatigue and chest discomfort, and tests showed high triglycerides and cholesterol. We found his yogurt was spiking his blood sugar and stressing his heart overnight. I asked George to switch to a heart-friendly alternative. Within 3 weeks, his energy soared and his blood tests improved. George's story shows how even healthy snacks can deceive us and how one small change can protect your heart. So, what should you do? Instead, swap sugary yogurt for plain unsweetened Greek yogurt with a handful of fresh berries like blueberries or raspberries. Greek yogurt has 10 grams of protein per 6 ounce, serving no added sugar and probiotics that support heart health. Add a sprinkle of chia seeds for 3 grams of fiber and heart-healthy omega-3s. Another great option is a small serving of cottage cheese, low-fat, unsalted, with a few sliced strawberries, providing 14 grams of protein and only 4 grams of natural sugar. For example, a 6-ounce serving of Greek yogurt with berries has 5 grams of sugar and no saturated fat, unlike flavored yogurt's heart-harming profile. If you crave sweetness, add a drizzle of pure honey, less than a teaspoon for natural flavor, without a sugar spike. To amplify your heart protection, avoid another common bedtime habit, eating large portions of any snack close to bedtime. Large snacks, even healthy ones, can stress your digestive system and raise blood sugar, increasing heart strain during sleep. For seniors, this is critical because your metabolism slows at night, making it harder to process big meals. Aim for a small snack, about 100 to 150 calories if you're hungry, and eat at least 1 or 2 hours before bed. Studies show that eating lightly at night can reduce heart disease risk by 10% in older adults. For example, a handful of unsalted almonds and a few blackberries is a perfect 120-calorie heart-healthy snack. Let me tell you about Ruth, a 70-year-old patient who struggled with high blood pressure and fatigue, making it hard to dance with her granddaughter. Ruth ate large portions of sugary yogurt and cookies before bed. We switched her to a small serving of Greek yogurt with berries and limited her snack size. Within a month, her blood pressure dropped and she was dancing again. Ruth's story proves that portion control and smart snack choices can work wonders. Here's a practical tip. Choose snacks with less than 5 grams of sugar and 100 milliliters of sodium per serving, and keep portions small. Think a palm-sized amount. If you're used to sugary yogurt, mix half plain Greek yogurt with your usual brand to ease the transition. Pair your snack with a glass of water to aid digestion and keep your heart happy. These changes can lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart while you sleep. We've covered the 5 snacks to avoid, but there's one final part to tie it all together. In the next part, we'll share lifestyle tips to complement your snack changes, recap all 5 snacks, and inspire you with a plan for a healthier heart. What's the key to making these changes stick? Stay tuned for Part 5 to find out. Don't go anywhere. This could transform your heart health. Seniors, are you ready to transform your bedtime routine to protect your heart and sleep with peace of mind? Welcome back to the final part of our mission to safeguard your heart and brain from stroke. I'm a brain doctor, and I'm begging you to stay with me. As we recap the 5 bedtime snacks you must avoid, share powerful lifestyle tips to complement your dietary changes, and inspire you with a clear plan to prevent stroke and live vibrantly. In Part 4, we revealed how sugary yogurt in large portions can spike blood sugar and strain your heart overnight. Today, we'll tie it all together with practical habits and a hopeful vision for a stronger, healthier you. Let's dive in, because this is your moment to take control and thrive. Let's recap the 5 bedtime snacks that could be increasing your stroke risk overnight. First, potato chips loaded with sodium and trans fats raise blood pressure and clog arteries. Swap them for unsalted air-popped popcorn or almonds. Second, ice cream, packed with sugar and saturated fat spikes, triglycerides, and cholesterol. Choose plain Greek yogurt with berries instead. Third, cookies high in sugar and trans fats inflame arteries and raise stroke risk. Opt for walnuts with an apple or a homemade oatmeal bite. Fourth, processed cheese full of sodium and saturated fats strains your heart. Go for fresh mozzarella or hummus with veggies. Fifth, sugary yogurt with its added sugars spikes blood sugar and triglycerides. Switch to unsweetened Greek yogurt or low-fat cottage cheese with strawberries. Why do these changes matter? Every night you have a choice, a snack that harms your heart, or one that protects it. By avoiding these 5 snacks, you're lowering blood pressure, reducing cholesterol, and preventing inflammation, key factors in avoiding stroke. Studies show that a heart-healthy diet can cut stroke risk by up to 25% in seniors over 60. But it's not just about numbers. It's about waking up refreshed, enjoying activities with loved ones, and living without the fear of a stroke. Pairing these snack swaps with the right lifestyle habits can amplify your results and help you age with vitality. Let's explore lifestyle tips to supercharge your heart health. First, prioritize 7 or 8 hours of quality sleep nightly to allow your heart to rest and repair. Poor sleep raises blood pressure and inflammation, increasing stroke risk. For seniors over 60, this is critical because your body needs more recovery time. Create a bedtime routine. Avoid caffeine, afternoon limit screens an hour before bed, and sip chamomile tea to relax. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try a 5-minute deep breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Studies show that consistent sleep can lower heart disease risk by 10 to 20%. Pair this with a hot, healthy snack like Greek yogurt and berries to keep your heart calm overnight. Let me share a story to inspire you. I had a patient named Dorothy, a 72-year-old who loved gardening, but struggled with high blood pressure and fatigue that kept her from her plants. Dorothy ate chips and cookies before bed and stayed up late. I suggested she switch to unsalted almonds and blackberries limit snacks to 100 to 150 calories and prioritize sleep. Within a month, her blood pressure dropped and she was back in her garden full of energy. Dorothy's story shows that small changes in diet and sleep can transform your heart health. Next, focus on hydration, which is crucial for heart health. Dehydration thickens your blood, making your heart work harder and increasing clot risk. Seniors are prone to dehydration because thirst signals weaken with age. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, about 1.5 to 2 liters, and sip a glass an hour before bed to support your heart overnight. Add hydrating foods like cucumber or watermelon to your evening snack for extra water and electrolytes. Studies show that proper hydration can reduce heart strain by 10 to 15%. Pair this with avoiding high-sodium snacks like chips or cheese to keep blood pressure low. Another tip is to manage stress, which can raise blood pressure and inflame arteries. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that harms your heart. Try a 5-minute mindfulness practice before bed. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, or listen to calming music. Another option is gentle stretching like neck rolls or seated leg extensions to relax your body. Studies show that daily stress reduction can lower stroke risk by 12% in seniors. Pair this with a low-sugar snack like cottage cheese and strawberries to keep inflammation low. Let me tell you about Henry, a 70-year-old patient who struggled with high blood pressure and fatigue, making it hard to play chess with his grandson. Henry ate sugary yogurt and stayed stressed from late-night TV. I suggested he switch to Greek yogurt with berries, sip water before bed, and try mindfulness. Within 6 weeks, his blood pressure improved, and he was back to chess. Henry's story proves that diet and lifestyle changes together can work miracles. Here's your action plan to start tonight. An hour before bed, sip a glass of water with a lemon slice and eat a small snack of plain Greek yogurt with a handful of raspberries, about 100 calories. Follow with 5 minutes of deep breathing or gentle stretching. Avoid chips, ice cream, cookies, processed cheese, and sugary yogurt. Aim for 7 or 8 hours of sleep in a dark, cool room, and keep stress low with a calming routine. Throughout the day, sip 6 to 8 glasses of water and choose low-sodium, low-sugar foods. These steps will lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and protect your heart overnight. Don't stop here. Write down your new bedtime plan and stick it by your bed. Share this video with a friend to stay motivated. Believe in yourself. You have the power to prevent stroke one night at a time. Imagine waking up in a month feeling refreshed with a stronger heart and confidence to enjoy life fully. That's the future you're building now. Seniors, this is your moment. Start tonight and don't look back. Your heart deserves the best and you're ready to give it. Thank you for joining me. Make your heart healthy, snack, sip that water, and breathe deeply. You've got this.